The latest updates on the stimulus package, as we have some new remarks out of Nancy Pelosi, some fresh comments out of Joe Manchin, and the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was out talking about what may be throwing down in October. We have a lot of updates. Let's get into it right away. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as we have a lot going on this month and I'm here for you every single day to keep you updated with all of this information as it is changing so rapidly. I'm here to help out in any way that I can, and ultimately I want to do whatever I can to get more money into your pockets and your bank accounts. Whatever we can do, I want to be here for you. So thank you so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Let's get into it right away. Also, one quick note. If you did not see my video from earlier this morning, if you are a senior or somebody receiving Social Security, I would highly recommend that you go back and watch my video from this morning. There is a new announcement of a very influential advocacy group who is now going to be reaching out to Congress, suggesting that they issue a new $1,400 stimulus check. Yes, this would be a fourth stimulus check in the amount of $1,400. Check out that video. It's a pretty good one. There's some really good information in there, and I laid it all out for you just a couple hours ago. So anyway, let's get into it and talk about the latest updates on the stimulus package as of today. As we've been talking about for a while now, there are updates literally every single day. Well, we have some new comments out of Nancy Pelosi just a couple hours ago. Let's talk about what old Nancy's talking about these days. So Nancy was out and she was basically addressing moderate Democrats, saying, what would you remove from the $3.5 trillion package? We do know that there's a handful of moderate Democrats right now who are having a hard time with the $3.5 trillion stimulus package. Well, I mean, does anybody really blame them though? It's a lot of money, right? I'm not taking sides in any way at all. I'm just simply saying, moderate Democrats are simply saying, hey, $3.5 trillion. This is the most money we're going to spend at one time in one swing. That's a big one, right? Like they're going for a grand slam with this thing. Nancy was out addressing these moderates, basically saying, okay, what would you remove from it? We have $3.5 trillion here allocated. What do you want to take out? Well, we're still kind of awaiting further remarks from the moderate Democrats as to what they would want to actually remove from this. But here's what's really interesting. I don't think many people realize this. This package actually started at $1.7 trillion. It ballooned all the way up to $3.5 trillion. So it has more than doubled in price. Well, what have they really added to it? Realistically, the original proposal of this thing, way back when it was $1.7 trillion, had everything that it currently has now. The only thing they've added to it is the expansion of Medicare. But yet the price tag has doubled, more than doubled, 1.7 to 3.5, which is an increase of $1.8 trillion. Well, flash alert, it does not cost $1.8 trillion to expand Medicare. Therefore, there is a surplus of money in this package. So, just saying, right? So for all of us who are calling on additional stimulus checks and ultimately raises for everybody right now, there's more than enough money there, right? All right, anyway. Let's talk about Joe Manchin. So as we know, Joe Manchin, we've talked about him a few times now. He is one of the moderate Democrats who is having a hard time with this $3.5 trillion package. Now, he's been out quite a bit lately, basically saying, I don't know if I can support $3.5 trillion. In fact, last week he was out in an article and said, let's push the pause button. Let's sit back for a few minutes. Let's just take it all in and relax for just a little while now and see where we're sitting in a little, in a few months from now. Well, other Democrats kind of jumped on him for that and said, oh no, we're not pushing the pause button. There isn't no pause button on this package. We're going to keep going with the fast forward button. But Joe Manchin was out yesterday evening, and he has said that he would be in support of a stimulus package, this one that they're working on right now, with a price tag anywhere between $1 trillion, as low as $1 trillion, and up to $1.5 trillion. Well, that's about $2 trillion less than what they're currently talking about. That is a big miss, or whatever you want to say. Like, that is significantly lower than where they're currently sitting right now. So I imagine a lot of people in Congress right now are saying, I don't think so. But here's the thing. Joe Manchin basically has the ball in his court. he can do anything he wants because they need his vote. It's not a matter of like, oh, Joe, we'd really like your vote. No, they need his vote. If they don't get his vote, it's a no-go. It is a no deal. They must get his vote. It is not a questionable thing. It is not, we wish for your vote, Joe. It's more like we have to get your vote or we're not going to get anything done. It will not pass without his vote. He is one of the 50 senators, and they need all 50 votes in the Senate to get this thing done, along with the vice president, right? But we know the vice president would vote in favor of it. But Joe Manchin basically saying, I don't know about this, not happening, right? So either way, some interesting stuff. So again, there's some drama throwing down. As I've been talking about for a few days now, the further that we get into this month, the closer that we get to the passing and or the actual voting on this bill and things like that, it's only going to get more intense, more dramatic, of course, and there's going to be a lot more fierceness in the air as they try to negotiate their way through these packages. So, yeah, it's only going to get more intense from here. So we'll have to see how this whole thing shakes out and where Joe actually ends up and this whole package and everything going down. But like I said at the beginning of this video, we now have, by the way, this is just a side note that I'm just going to quick throw in here, and then we'll talk about what the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, said and what could be thrown down in October. All right, quick side note. The Senior Citizens League, as I mentioned in my video this morning, they're going to be drafting a letter and sending it over to Congress, asking them to issue a $1,400 stimulus check. Now, this is a new stimulus check. This would be stimulus check number 4. Yes, stimulus check number 4. They're going to be calling on Congress to issue a $1,400 stimulus check specifically focused on seniors. Pretty good stuff. So maybe they would add that into this $3.5 trillion package, or maybe the $1.5 trillion package if Joe Manchin, negotiates it lower down to $1.5 trillion. So good stuff, right? I mean, as far as the $1,400 stimulus check goes, that would be really, really nice for tons of people. Seriously, millions of people who would be eligible to receive these. I will have more information out on this relatively soon. I want to do a little bit more research, and I'll come back with another dedicated video talking about that topic because we need to really kind of filter through everything that's going on. So either way, good. All right, let's talk about what the Treasury Secretary has come out and said in reference to the United States. All right, so over the last couple months here, we've been talking about this debt ceiling, right? I'm not going to get into all the details. It's kind of boring. It's kind of confusing. I'm not going to talk about it too much. But simply what we do know right now is basically this country is running on borrowed time, or maybe I should say borrowed money, right? That's all we know how to do in this country is borrow money, borrow money. But anyway, they are running on essentially borrowed time right now. But the Treasury Secretary has come out and she said, we need to do something about the debt ceiling because the Treasury is going to run out of cash by mid-October or sometime in October. So literally, the Treasury will be broke, out of cash, done. Just like all of our bank accounts right now. You're going to see a bunch of zeros in the bank account of the Treasury, right? I mean, seriously. It's just like unreal that the Treasury, that literally has almost unlimited money, could be broke. I mean, literally $0. They will be out of money in October. So the Treasury Secretary is basically saying they are deploying emergency measures right now to avoid a government default on all of the obligations and loans and stuff like this, the payments that the government needs to make on a regular basis. So they're just floating that right now. And the Treasury has already deployed these emergency measures. Well, Janet Yellen was out saying, we're running out of cash too. So you guys need to do something because we're like going to be broke here in like a month. So I don't know. Like I've been saying the last couple of days here, well, not last couple of days, I said this about a week ago, it's a dumpster fire. Seriously, it is an absolute dumpster fire with everything going on out there right now. It is just like, I cannot believe so many things are going down right now, and it's like, there's not a whole lot getting resolved. I'm not laughing at the situation, I'm laughing because it's almost like, you guys, focus, get something done. You know what I mean? So, When I say you guys, I'm talking about Congress. Like Congress, it's all coming down onto Congress. Seriously, it's all on the shoulders of them because they're the ones who need to pass all this stuff. They're the ones who need to pass the stimulus packages. They're the ones who need to pass the infrastructure package. They're the ones who need to focus on the debt ceiling. And they're the ones who need to figure out the new federal budget in order to avoid a government shutdown in October, along with the Treasury going broke. So, I mean, there's so much going on. It's unbelievable. They have so much on their plate this month. Over the next, 3 weeks from now, between now and the end of the month, it is, unreal. Seriously, it is unreal. Trillions upon trillions of dollars that we're working with right now. So, yeah, it's just unreal. Seriously. Worst case scenario, I mean, in my opinion, I feel like they should just get something for the people, send the people out some stimulus checks, take care of the people first. Come back and focus on one topic at a time. The federal budget, boom, hammer it out, get it done. The debt ceiling, hammer it out, get it done, whatever you guys need to do. The stimulus package, again, hammer it out, get it done. You know what I mean? It's just focus on one thing at a time. So anyway, this is what we have as of right now. This afternoon, of course, there will be more later. There always is. What it's going to be, nobody knows. Spin the wheel and see what you land on is basically what we're at with this point right now, because literally you have no clue. Anything can come up during the day. So, it's literally a wild card every single day as to what's going to pop up the rest of the day. So between now and my next video, who knows? It's literally anybody's guess. Yeah, so if you feel like guessing, go for it. Maybe I'll throw you out something if you win. If you guess accurately what's going to happen this afternoon, maybe I'll do something. I don't really know. Seriously, nobody knows. It's anybody's guess. So anyway, enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. I'm very much committed and dedicated to helping out all of you in this community in any way that I possibly can. Enjoy your afternoon. I'll catch you again later, and I hope this update helps you out. And again, please remember, subscribe down below, share the videos with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out some of my other 1,500 videos right here on the channel.